Hey guys, so over the weekend I went to Connecticut. I went to the Goodwill outlet. I went to a new Salvation Army. I had to stop in Ikea while I was up there, and I've got a couple things to show you guys. So I'm going to start with the clothes first. I didn't get as much clothing. Actually, my husband picked most of it out because I spent my time digging through the bins for home stuff. So he found me this pair of pink sweatpants, and they just have the little dog and the heart there, and they have some writing on them. This piece I did find for myself, and it's just an American Eagle sweater. It's got like a Fair Isle design, and it's got some metallic threads running through it, which I thought was neat, and it's just red, blue, and black. My husband found me a coat, and this is from Banana Republic, and it's just like a puffer style with a belted waist. And this one, when he first picked it out of the bins, it did have some staining up here. It turned out just to be makeup, and it came off in the wash. But I took a chance on it. I was afraid that it might have been bleach. I picked up a top from Ann Taylor, and it's just like a silky material, and it's white with little pink abstract dots. I picked up a pair of Old Navy cargo pants. These are just like an olive green stretchy material. So like super comfy to wear for running errands or even to work. I got one handbag, and that's just this blue Old Navy one, and it's like a canvas material. And the Old Navy canvas bags, they kind of remind me of Longchamp. They have like the same type of like thick canvas and the leather handle feel to them. So I thought this was cute. I got this sweatshirt at the Salvation Army up there for $3.99, I think. And it's just a pink half zip sweatshirt, and then the back has pink on it. And that was the only thing I found there that was like decently priced, clothing wise, at the Salvation Army. I tried on a couple of Ann Taylor things, and they were just like, the prices were insane. I tried on a blazer. They wanted $19.99 for it, and then like one of those striped, like a thick cotton t-shirt type material, and that was $11. And I know pink at the mall costs almost the same as Ann Taylor does, so I don't really know their pricing system, but I just felt like the other stuff was too expensive. And then so I saved my favorite clothing item from this weekend for last, and it's this pair of airy pajama pants, and they're just like all kinds of Christmas. They've got reindeer and stars and plaid, and then they've got some seersucker. So I saw these and I was like super excited. And then I mentioned that I spent most of my time in the bins looking for home items, and I did pick up, actually this time, a couple pillowcases. This first one is a sham, and it's just a white one, but it's got some really nice embroidery. You can see it in the middle there, and then it's also got it around the edges, and it needs to be ironed before I use it. And this is just one of those ones where you put it in and then you button the closure. The next set of pillowcases I was actually able to find the complete set is these shabby chic ones, which is carried at Target. And they're just a really pale pink with little roses on them. So it's like pink and mint green. And this next pillowcase set was the one I was super excited to find. I found one, and then I went back and dug through all the bins again to find the other. And luckily I did. And it's just white with some little flowers on it. It's got like pink and blue and yellow. And I thought that this would go perfectly with the duvet I use in the summer. I have like a blue and white seersucker stripe. And I thought that this would be like really cute. It'd be almost like, from far away, almost like polka dots. And then when you get up close, you see it's a floral. I picked up a baby blanket because I always look for them for my dogs when I go. And this is just a Carter's one. It's gray with some white hearts and a little giraffe. I managed to find a round tablecloth, and it's plaid. It's this really great red and green plaid, which I'll use all winter. I'm not going to use it just strictly for Christmas, but I just thought that was a really great find because I have a round table now, and most tablecloths are square or rectangular. And then the last linen item I have is this huge duvet cover. And I'm not actually going to use it as a duvet cover, I'm just going to use it as a throw in the living room. But I liked it because it's got kind of like a ski lodge cabin-y type feel to it, so it feels really wintry. And when I was looking inside of it to try and figure out what size or anything, there's no tags, and the seams appear to be like undone, so I'm thinking it's handmade. I think somebody actually stitched that by hand, and it's actually really nice quality. It's got like wooden buttons and everything on it. But I was super excited to find that. I think it'll look cute sitting under my TV entertainment center on the shelf, just waiting to be used. And then I have some other items that are not linens. I found this little Hallmark Ramona reindeer, and I got that from Macy. She's not going to play with it. Jordan's probably going to end up playing with it, but I just wanted to bring her home something. I found this dog puzzle, which was like one of those really cool moments, because I was looking at this the night before at TJ Maxx, and it was like $10, and that's still a good price for dog puzzles, because if you've ever purchased them or even like looked into it, the Nita Addison ones go for a fortune, and this is a Kaijin one, and they are not cheap usually either. So when I found this in the bin, that was like crazy. So what you do is you hide the treats inside. They have to open that panel, and then this green piece slides back and forth until they open up and expose all those little cubby holes, and they get the treats out. So this keeps them busy for a little bit, and these are really fun to watch them do. I know, like, I like to watch their minds, how they work. This is not related to the haul, but let me just tell you real quick. We have these Buster cubes, and they look like a mini die. They're about this big, and they have like the dots on the side, so it looks just like that. And you put the kibble inside, and then they bat it around, and it comes loose, and that's like a reward for figuring it out. So it's just neat to watch. Now Macy, she will run behind it and push it with her nose like she's hurting it, and she'll just like bulldoze it. She's aggressive with it. She just goes all in. And my boy Jordan, he is more slow and tentative about it. He'll sit, he'll look at it, he'll hit it with his paw and watch it, and then he'll go and hit it with his paw again. So he takes his time. It's just neat to watch the differences between them. And now I'll get back into the haul after I'm done bragging a little. I picked up these 2 small wreaths, and they just have some red berries on them. And I don't know where I'm going to put them this year. If I don't figure it out, I will put them in my bin for next year. I picked up this musical bell, and I redid it. It actually had like a old velvet type ribbon and some like leaves on it that were falling apart. So I just put a new ribbon, and I put some holly on it from a wreath that I had. And when you pull the string, it plays music. I'll pull it just a little. I don't want it to play for the entire video though. So just to give you an idea. And it plays Jingle Bells. I bought this and redid it, and I'm going to give it to my mother. And that is it for the Goodwill outlet. I went to my favorite consignment store around town again, and I've got just a few things from there. I picked up this super great stocking, and it's like a needlepoint type stuff, and it's got the name Ted on it, and the Ted was added after the fact. If you look inside, you can see they hand stitched it in, and I'm trying to decide whether I should leave it on there because it adds kind of like that neat vintagey gathered feel, or whether I should just take it off. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that yet. I was actually thinking of using this on the porch because I have a wreath on my door, and I thought about hanging it in the middle. So I'm still undecided on that. So for now, I'm just going to leave it on. And then I picked up a little sugar and creamer set for having tea with. And it's got like these little dancing people on it. And it says made in Czechoslovakia. And I got these 2 and that stocking for $5 all together. I went to HomeGoods because I had to purchase some gifts for all the dogs in my life. And my brother is getting a new puppy, so I wanted to purchase some stuff for that, even though it won't be here in time for Christmas. But I found this bag. Okay, so this bag, and this was 99 cents, and I got this just for the graphics. I thought some of them would be cool to cut out and put on my gallery wall, especially like the mistletoe one. There's a snowshoe rental, which I thought was neat. So I'm just going to cut a couple of them out and see if they'll fit in the frames I've already got. And while I was finding gifts for everyone else, I did find something for myself. And I actually found two things, and I made myself choose one and leave the other. So I picked this Frosty sign. And it's another one that's got like that vintage feel, like the Christmas tree one I showed you earlier in the season. So it's kind of like a poster, almost like a movie poster of Frosty the Snowman. And this was $7.99. I passed up on a mercury glass tree. They had one that was probably about, I don't know, maybe like 1.5 feet tall. And it was $20. So it was not a terrible price, but I was supposed to be looking for gifts for other people. So it was out of my price range for that day. And then the last items I'm going to show you came from the Salvation Army in Connecticut, and I just picked up the one clothing item I already showed you, and I picked up 4 other little things. The first is this Find It game, and I got this for $1.99. And these, if you're not familiar, it's like a tube filled with beads, and inside of it, it's got all kinds of things hidden, and this is the sport version. So you see like there's a bike, a rollerblade, a snowshoe, a baseball, and there's like a list that you have to try and find them all, and there's different like variations of like times and stuff. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep this for me and put it on my desk at work as like a boredom thing, or I might just give it to my niece because it's fun for kids too. So I'm still deciding on that. I found a Santa ornament for my tree, and it's a Kurt Sadler, and it's just like an old looking Santa. He's actually chipping, but that doesn't bother me. I paid 29 cents for him. I got a metal Santa, and he's actually like some kind of a storage container, but I just got him for display, and he was also $1.99. And then the last item from the trip was this candle holder, and it's mercury glass, and it was $3.99. And I don't know what I'm going to display on it yet. Actually, more fall came to mind because I thought like a pumpkin on top, but I suppose I could put some kind of like greenery or a plant or something. This is something I'll have to play around with to figure out. So that is it for all the things I picked up this weekend. Oh, actually, it's not. I lied. I went to Ikea, too. I went to Ikea to look for their Santas. If you're on the website, they have this little section called Winter, which is like their holiday merchandise. And they have these Santas that look kind of like old Swedish, like carved from wood. You can't buy them online. It was sold out in the store, but I did pick up a doormat, and this was $6.99. This is also called Winter. So it's just like that natural type material with some red, like snowflake floral type designs. And I kind of like the Scandinavian feel. Like I said, that's what I went for in my bedroom this year. So that really is it for the purchases. I do want to show you a piece of furniture. I stopped on the way home from work today, and I found it free on the roadside, so I brought it home. I'm going to do like a little makeover on it, but I just wanted to show it to you now. Before I show you that curbside find, I just wanted to show you how I incorporated everything. Those little berry wreaths I hung on my gallery wall in the kitchen. I had some tiny plates there before, and I just replaced them for the season. And here is how the tablecloth turned out. It fits perfectly, like it was made for the table. The round metal Santa I just included on this little dresser here in the dining room with some other Santas I have. The Frosty sign just ended up on my living room wall. And that is where I ended up putting that duvet cover that I'm going to use as a throw. I just folded it up and put it on the shelf there. And then finally there's that mercury glass candlestick. I actually used it with a tree I picked up on clearance at Target last year, and I just thought it was kind of neat how it gave it some height, so now I can see it above the greenhouse when I'm on the other side of the room. Here on the porch, I kept the Ted stocking as it is, and I just hung it on the little desk that's holding the hot cocoa stand. And then there is the Ikea doormat. So this is the little piece of furniture I found on the roadside for free. And it's just basically one of those white laminate shoe cubbies. But I looked on Pinterest and I found some ideas like beefing up the trim with little wood strips and things like that. First I have to clean it. But I have a few vacation days I took after Christmas, so I thought it'd be like a fun thing, like a project to work on for cheap. So yeah, those are my finds from Connecticut and my roadside furniture finds. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.